Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to your stimulus package and stimulus check update. It's a late night show. Just wanted to quickly get you caught up with what all is going on with the stimulus package and the stimulus check. It's been a really interesting week. But the report we're seeing right now about the weather is really interesting. It's really cold out there, so I hope you are staying warm and I hope you are staying safe and strong as well. So right now, the report was saying is that the U.S. needs to brace itself for more deadly storms, according to experts. So if you're out there, make sure you are staying safe, make sure you're staying warm. So here's a report or a tweet from Congressman Joe Negers. So Joe Negers says, for the next infrastructure week, I propose we implement massive upgrades to our country's power grid. So a lot of people right now are without power, and this is very critical. And hopefully, this will be something that the government will consider in terms of the power infrastructure. Just wanted to quickly touch up on what lawmakers are saying about the current situation. Now, in today's update, we'll quickly talk about the stimulus package, the stimulus checks, where things currently stand, what lawmakers are currently saying about the stimulus package and the stimulus checks. But before we dive into those, just wanted to quickly get you caught up again with some other important issues or drama, or maybe not so important, but other things that I feel like you deserve to know about. So right now, we are seeing reports out there that Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell. So Donald Trump is feuding with Mitch McConnell, and this is very interesting in terms of the issues going on in the Republican Party right now. So according to this report, former President Donald Trump is escalating a political war within his own party that could undermine the Republican push to fight President Joe Biden. So to fight President Joe Biden's agenda and ultimately return to power. So a day after blistering Mitch McConnell, the Senate's top Republican, as a dour, sullen, and unsmiling political hack, Trump repeated his baseless claim on Wednesday that he was the rightful winner of the November election. So right now, this report shows that Trump continues to attack Mitch McConnell and also accusing the Senate GOP leader of failing to stand up for the Republicans after McConnell blasted Trump for inciting the January 6th Capitol riots. So right now, this is what we're seeing going on in the Republican Party. So Trump and Mitch McConnell, that's what we're seeing right now in the GOP party. So what is Mitch McConnell saying about all of this? According to Manu Raju, the chief congressional correspondent for CNN, this is what he tweeted out. He did say, Mitch McConnell laughed about Trump's statement and has no plans to engage the former president. He's done talking to Trump. He's done talking Trump with plans to focus on push to take back Senate and focus on Biden agenda. He's moving on, one source said, but will Trump let him? So this is what we're seeing right now. So it looks like Mitch McConnell does not plan to get in that battle, and he just plans to focus on the Senate to take the Senate back and Biden's agenda. He needs to focus on the stimulus package. That's what we need Mitch McConnell to do. If you agree with me, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So what are we seeing when it comes to the stimulus package? So right now, the White House did release a statement today that we're going to talk about here in a second. According to this is the statement, the briefing room, the White House briefing room. So the White House did meet with, the president did meet with the labor leaders to discuss the American Rescue Plan and infrastructure. So to talk about the stimulus package. And today, President Joe Biden and the senior White House officials hosted a meeting with a group of labor union leaders to discuss the importance of the American Rescue Plan and the president's plan to create millions of jobs in the R&D, manufacturing, and clean energy sectors. And this meeting included unions representing workers from across the country, the backbone of our nation. So it looks like this meeting is still to gain some more support for the stimulus package, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Over the past few days or the past week, we've seen President Joe Biden engage different groups of people, including the business leaders, several business leaders and mayors and governors on this to gain some support for the stimulus package. So what is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying, and what exactly are we seeing on the stimulus package? According to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's newsroom, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did say today, Wednesday, February 17th, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said, the relief checks boosted economy. Republicans want to stop it from happening again. So today, February 17th, what is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying? So according to this press release, after months of troubling reports, January finally saw a glimmer of hope. So last month looks like we did see some hope last month. And what exactly is this? This was a direct result, according to this release, of the stimulus checks. So according to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the surge in retail sales was a result of the direct payments, the $600 stimulus payment. So it looks like last month we did see a push or a growth in consumer spending. So retail sales went up, and this was attributed to the $600 stimulus payments. So right now, it is critical, according to this report, it is critical that we build on this boost by putting $1,400 stimulus checks in the pockets of struggling Americans, an essential part of Biden administration's American Rescue Plan. The country is looking for action, for progress, and for solutions to the crisis we are facing. Then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi goes on to say, unfortunately, congressional Republicans overwhelmingly oppose proposed relief plans, and instead of proposing ideas to help our country out of this crisis, Republicans have been attempting to cut benefits for millions of Americans. Through their relentless opposition to additional help for hardworking American families and small business owners across the country, Republicans are disregarding economic experts and ignoring the will of the American people. But this is not a moment in the country when obstructionism from the GOP will be rewarded. So again, the Democrats are making it clear here, look, we are not going to let the GOP stop this stimulus package from happening. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said Republicans will not stop this package. I want to get your thoughts on this in the comment section. What are your thoughts on what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is saying right now? And she did go on to quote some experts and some critical things that I believe she wants to point out in this statement. One of the things she did say here, she did cite that the support of the American people on this stimulus package. And according to this press release, more than 75% of Americans support an additional round of $1,400 stimulus payments. So the $1,400 stimulus checks has a lot of support, and more than 65% support a comprehensive package, including state and local funding. So funding for states and local government seems to be a sticky issue right now, and this is pegged at $350 billion. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is making the case for more stimulus package to go out. And she did say if Republicans won't listen to experts or their own constituents, perhaps they can follow common sense. The American people and small businesses across the country are struggling to make ends meet. So this is very, very critical too. She did point out that a survey from the Federal Reserve found that 9 million small business owners fear that businesses won't survive the pandemic without more government relief. I want to get your thoughts on this in the comment section below as well. So for those of you who just joined in, we are talking about the stimulus package, where things currently stand, and what exactly to expect out of Washington. Congress is currently on recess right now, but that doesn't mean that they are not working on this stimulus package. So according to this report from AS News, what happens if Congress doesn't pass this stimulus package on the 22nd of February? So next Monday is a big, so next week will be a big week, right? So the 22nd seems to be a big date for this package. And the House is currently pushing forward with their version of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, with the legislation expected to reach President Joe Biden's desk by mid-March. So why the mid-March date? Right now, we know people who are currently receiving unemployment benefits, the $300 per week unemployment benefit is set to expire by March 14th. So if you're currently receiving this, chances are that if nothing happens, if this package doesn't pass by mid-March, you will likely be losing your benefits. So that's why this is very important. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has made it clear that the House is currently working on this package, and a vote will happen before the end of the month. So next week sometime, a vote will likely happen on the stimulus package. And some of the provisions have already been approved. So things like the stimulus checks and the tax credits have been approved by the House Ways and Means Committee. So the 22nd, next Monday, seems to be a very critical date for this package. So like I did mention, the Senate is on recess, but the House Democrats will keep on hammering out the details of this $1.9 trillion stimulus package. And according to AS News, they expect to finish the bill and vote on it as soon as next week, just like I mentioned. And then this will be sent over to the Senate, where the lawmakers have to go at the legislation with tough choices to ensure that all 50 senators in the Democratic caucus will vote in favor. So again, a vote will likely happen, but this is all going to happen in the Senate through the budget resolution process. So the Democrats are working on this, and some of the sticky issues still remain: the minimum wage, the $15 per hour minimum wage increase. This may not make it to the final bill. In fact, according to this report, the GOP filibuster, which will require at least 10 Republicans in the Senate to vote. So if this has to go pretty quickly, we will need 10 GOP lawmakers to support this package. But chances are that this will likely go through a budget resolution in the Senate. And the only caveat here, the sticky issue, like I did mention not too long ago, is the $15 per hour minimum wage, which may not pass through this process that will happen in the Senate. But the main thing to understand is that this package is facing so much opposition, not just from the Democrats, not just from the GOP members, but also we've got some things that the progressives want to add into this package, and some other things in terms of how long the stimulus, the unemployment benefits will go for, and other critical measures. But right now, this 22nd date is something that we're all setting our eyes on, and everyone is looking forward to what exactly will happen by the 22nd. So something to point out here too, not just the stimulus checks. Everyone has been talking about the stimulus checks, but some people are missing the mark when it comes to, or not talking about, or maybe not saying so much about the tax credit. So according to the stimulus package, the Joe Biden proposal has $3,000 per child. If you have a kid or a dependent child under the age of 17, you will be getting $3,000. And if you have a dependent or a child under the age of 6, you will be getting $3,600 in child tax credit for the fiscal year 2021, according to this package. Just wanted to point that out. So some of the obstacles we've seen for passing this package, I think we've talked about it, include the minimum wage and the state and local government funding. In fact, here's what a GOP lawmaker just said this week. So according to Congressman Jason Smith of Missouri, he did say this week House Democrats plan to bring their nearly $2 trillion Biden bailout package before the House Budget Committee when existing estimates show there still remains roughly $1 trillion in enacted but unspent COVID stimulus funding. So some GOP members are saying, hey, look, we don't have to spend more money. In fact, let me read out what he said here. So he did say, today I joined Congressman James Comer in introducing a resolution demanding President Joe Biden turn over all documentation about how much previously enacted COVID funding remains unspent. The American people need a thorough and accurate accounting of the trillions of dollars already provided before asking to foot the $2 trillion bill. So more people still believe that no spending needs to be approved, or more money does not need to be approved. And this is very, very critical. But back to this stimulus package and back to the 22nd. So the big question here is, could the stimulus package pass by the 22nd, by next Monday? According to this report, there's a good chance that the minimum wage hike, even though it's included now, might not make it to the Senate. So chances are that this may not make it to the Senate. Killer Lewis said, playing around, not enough seriousness. Yeah, they seem to be dancing around the package, but we've seen some action in the House this week and in the past few days. But again, this seems to be taking longer than expected. So according to this, the soonest the Senate could look at the bill should get it through. Should get through the House before then. So this would be the 22nd when the body returns from recess. So they're currently on break while all this stuff is going on. Lawmakers are on break. So nothing is really going on right now. So next week will be the week of action. So just kind of wanted to get you all up to speed on where things currently stand with this package. So what else are we seeing? It appears that some Democrats are not happy that Joe Biden has not included the student loan cancellation in this package, and also issued an executive order for the student loan cancellation. So according to this statement, this press release from Senate Leader Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren, they did release a joint statement on the student debt cancellation. So if you have people who have student debt, or you have student debt yourself, so if you have student debt, the goal right now, the Democrats are pushing, or Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren are pushing for the Biden administration to sign an executive order canceling $50,000 worth of student loans. So according to this report, the joint statement from Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren that say Presidents Obama and Trump used their executive authority to cancel student loan debt. The Biden administration has said it is reviewing options for canceling up to $50,000 in student debt by executive action, and we are confident they will agree with the standards Obama and Trump used, as well as leading legal experts who have concluded that the administration has broad authority to immediately deliver much-needed relief to millions of Americans. So again, the push for the $50,000 student loan cancellation is on. I want to get your thoughts on this very $50,000 student loan cancellation in the comment section below. Do you agree with the cancellation of student loan debt at $50,000? I want to get your thoughts on that in the comment section below. So what do you think? Well, that's pretty much what we've got for today as far as where the package currently stands. But before you leave, here's a very interesting news for you. So Dr. Fauci, if you've been following the vaccine updates, and just if you've been following this entire pandemic news, I'm sure you know Dr. Fauci. So Dr. Fauci wins $1 million in Israeli prize for defending science. Again, some people have gotten richer during this pandemic, not just billionaires, not just Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or some of the billionaires. Dr. Fauci just won a prize. I mean, this is a good thing for him. I mean, happy for him, good for him. But he won $1 million Israeli prize for defending science. So according to this report from the AP News, as the COVID-19 pandemic unraveled, Dr. Fauci leveraged his considerable communication skills to address people gripped by fear and anxiety, and worked relentlessly to inform individuals in the United States and elsewhere about the public health measures essential for containing the pandemic spread. So again, he won the $1 million based off of, I believe, his performance, or him defending science and communicating effectively on the public health issues and how to deal with the pandemic. I want to get your thoughts on this in the comment section below. So I hope you are staying warm, and I hope you are basically doing well today and not letting the stimulus delay get the best of you. So thank you all for hanging out with me, and thank you all for tuning in and supporting the channel. And be sure to share this video with other people to help them get this information quicker. People really deserve to know what exactly is going on out there with the stimulus package and the stimulus checks. See you in the next update. Talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.